Welcome to the Golden Feather. Grab a pint, a plate, and pick your seats. Your hosts, Virtek and Chibi Bree, are back from their latest adventures.
Hello, everybody. We're back, and I think we fixed some of the issues. We have our guest Sos and our co-host Virtek, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to hear him fairly well this time. Hopefully, yes.
Skype is a meanie, just saying.
Skype is definitely a meanie. I'm going to agree with that. But yeah, so today we're going to be talking about the creative.
The letter from the creative director.
Thank you. The letter. I was going to call it the creative directive letter, but I don't think that would have been the right one, so I stopped myself.
It's close. It's close.
Close enough. You'd understand, right? Right. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And as well as looking at some memes that are a little too real for the moment. But yeah, Sauce, how are you doing?
I am doing well. Much better with the audio hopefully working.
Right. I see you well.
Yeah, I'm not scowling straight at the camera now. So
Knowing your face.
That's good.
Knowing your face.
Okay, so hi, I'm Chibi Bree.
I'm DJ Virtek.
And that's Sauce.
Hi, I'm Sauce.
There's
So
not
how are we
really
doing today?
SOS.
Whatever.
Yeah. SOS, please. I need help. There's not really anything new to report as far as news, except for the fact that they're doing the creative directive letter, whatever. I'm just gonna keep calling it that. I'm just gonna be wrong this whole time.
It's alright.
There's nowhere for me to find. Yeah, creative director's letter. There we go. I see it right there now. But yeah. Again, just as a reminder, we created a new YouTube account. We're being really bad at posting to the old one with the pre-video that says, "Hey guys, we're over here now." But we have been posting to the new one, so that's at least we're on track for one of the things. So another thing I'd like to address is that there is going to be a new change to not Instagram, but to Twitch. Hi, Lolly. And are we down again?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh.
Hello.
Looks like we're up.
Oh, there we go. Got it. But yeah, there's going to be some changes to Twitch, and basically, depending on the number of subscribers you have, you get additional emotes. So, yay! That means more Ashes of Creation emotes coming soon. So, thank you to those of you who subscribed, because you are allowing us to have more emotes on this channel. So, awesome. Glad to hear. And aside from that, nothing new aside from the cosmetics that are officially a part of the packages today. They were going to do it yesterday, except for the fact that they brought down a bunch of the accounts. The whole entire account system was taken down to do some updates, and I guess they're doing some updates to the launcher at a later time. So at 10 a.m. PST as of today, so a long time ago today, they're now part of the packages, and the January cosmetics are no longer a part of any of the packages. So, yeah.
Yeah, sadly, not much actual news coming out here lately. They've been kind of in the dark as far as focusing on getting stuff done and working out things in the background and working on that creative director's letter, apparently.
That very foreboding creative director's letter.
Yeah.
We're hopeful a lot of news comes from that.
Right?
It should be full of a lot of stuff people have been looking for and asking for. I see Maggie on the Discord, when people ask certain questions, she'll say, "That's coming with the letter. That's coming with the letter." So it should be fairly action-packed.
Yes.
Right. So, Virtek, if you want to take over that, this is your segment.
Yeah. So now I guess we get to talk and theorize on what it actually should entail. Like ideally, what should they be addressing in this letter? Because there's a lot of salt in the community at the moment. Some people are feeling frustrated with things everywhere from Why are we still in BR? Why aren't we in Castle Sieges? Is the game even still on track to release in the before 2020 promise? And yeah, but that being said, there's also a lot of positivity in other groups and other circles, because we do realize that quality does take time, especially with Steven had released a statement, I guess about a week or two ago, saying that the BR brought to life, or light, not life, some issues in the architecture that they had to rebuild from the ground up, which obviously is going to, one, take some time to rebuild, because brand new stuff.
Right.
And for two, it is going to help everything going forward, from the BR to the Castle Siege to the Horde mode to the MMO. So, as somebody else stated in response to that, is that even though it's delaying the BR going 24/7 and it's delaying us getting 2 Castle Sieges, it's going to accelerate everything else, because those issues are not going to be issues anymore. It's going to knock them out of the park, it's going to get them out of the way, and we'll be able to move forward a lot quicker and easier. But that being said, again, that's the biggest concern that I've seen everywhere, is the pace. It was a little ambitious to begin with. I'm not sure if you guys agree on that, but it was a little bit of an ambitious timetable to begin with.
It was ambitious.
Yeah. And everyone kind of said, really? But hey, you're seeing the behind the scenes, so you got to know what's going on. But
Right.
I think those of us still in the positive light of things are seeing that, yeah, there's some setbacks. That happens in life as well as video games and video game development. But we're hoping that this extra time is building more quality into it. Like, what do you think about at least those few points there, Sauce?
Yeah, I mean, we need a roadmap, like, with some dates. Like, I know there's going to be some pitchforks in the community if this creative director's letter doesn't really deliver. Timeline.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, we're supposed to be almost in horde mode at this point.
Yeah.
Almost, yeah. And I mean,
we don't even have VR up 24/7.
no.
Yeah, and I would actually be really satisfied if, instead of saying, like they did with the last release of the timeline, they give specific dates and even specific weeks that things are going to come out, so much as we're aiming for quarters. If they just aim for quarters and even months,
And I think
I'd be
that's-
perfectly okay with that.
Right, and I think that's kind of what I like that they're trying to do with this creative director letter, is that they want to put out information quarterly on what's planned, what's coming out, what's going to happen. Now, unfortunately, for people such as ourselves who would like the more on the daily base news updates, that's a little bit spread out far as, hey, we have a one every 3 month newsletter coming out that we can talk about with new updates and news and stuff. But at the same time, it kind of allows a smaller scope in a way, instead of thinking like larger picture, like, okay, for the next 3 months, this is what we have coming up ahead of time. And it kind of allows people to see more of a, instead of me telling you it's a 10 by 10 kilometer squared map, you're able to see what's in front of you instead of seeing what's off in the distance that you can't even actually see yet. If that makes much sense as far as a
Yeah.
example.
And wood chip, yeah, you're right on point there. I think the double-edged blade of the transparency is that they have been being transparent, but because they hit big issues like with the architecture, they can't really detail all what those issues were, because for one, if they're scrapping the old stuff and starting new, they can't really go through
It
all
won't
that.
matter if they don't tell us about stuff they're scrapped. It won't matter a bit.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So it's going to be a lot of coming soon and updates soon, and we're working on things, because that's kind of all they can really do. And so the mega transparency that they've done so far, that twin edge that we hope to not see, comes back on us because there are no real updates that they can share. And that's kind of the downside, but this letter has a great chance to turn that around. And kind of as we brought up, if they just give us a big general idea of everything that's going on, a big picture, so to say, like a zoom out of the entire process, and then if they do this quarterly, they can zoom in more on, for the next 3 months, they can have a much better idea on exactly what's going to be happening. and then the monthly live streams can dial it in even further.
Right. Because, I mean, a lot of people are also feeling like this. Before 2020 release, never said which genre. Like,
Yeah.
like, a lot of people are just, like, not really sure about what are they releasing, what are they focusing on. And I think that's part of why Steven was trying to give out that big, long response he gave to somebody. I saw it somewhere in one of the Ashes of Creation Discord servers, but, or the channels, I mean, but he had this whole elongated, like, why they chose APOC and whatnot.
It was almost a letter in itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was actually really good that he put that out, because it gave at least some info to people right away that they could really look at and really pay attention to and absorb it if they wished. And by the way, here is a link to it if anybody wishes to see it. It's a little screenshot grab from Discord the day it was posted up. And feel free to read through that. It gives you a little bit of an idea in case you missed it, because it wasn't put out like on a blog or anything.
Sauce, what are your ideas on this?
I mean, it's tough right now because there's a lull where we don't have the VR, we don't have Castle Siege, which we wanted.
Yeah, which
We don't have
I had a question
anything,
about.
but it's kind of just a hard point.
Right.
There's nothing going on right now, so the lack of transparency is tough here because we're waiting on that creative director's letter. There's so much that's writing on that.
Yeah, like I feel like the whole community is like holding their breath for this letter, because we're like, we have nothing else to go off of right now. And I'm not trying to sound like Debbie Downer on the game at all, but like it is how it actually is, like for the community right now. Like a lot of us, we're like waiting to determine how we should feel right now about the game itself on this letter. But like, here's my question for you was, I totally just kind of lost it. I'm sorry. But what are your thoughts on this letter? Like, how do you feel this letter will impact the community?
Well, if it has timelines, then it'll be good. If it doesn't, I know there's a lot of people that are going to be upset. Some big name people in the community that might be asking for refunds. I don't know if they'll honor them, but
Yeah.
if it doesn't deliver a lot of information of what's been going on and what is going on in the near future, like I'm not asking for final timeline, but
Right.
Alpha 1 needs to be addressed, because that's what everyone's waiting on.
Right.
Well, I think kind of going back to the double-edged thing, which Steven has said himself many times, is that people aren't used to the transparency that was coming through to begin with. And then when it hits a lull where there isn't any information coming out, people are starting to get angry because there isn't information coming out.
Yeah,
And that's
a tough time.
I think, that's what they need to work on, is getting some information, even if it's boring tech talk about how this and that, and how we had to switch over to AWS because there were issues with this other thing. Just any random information that actually feels like we're being informed. Like
Right.
another thing.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. I was
gonna
going to move on
say-
to a different topic.
I feel the same way, like, because I can relate to this on a different level. I do cosplay, so if I do a shoot with somebody and I don't hear back from them for a while, I start getting like anxious. I'm like, am I ever gonna get my photos back? And all I ask is that they keep update, like, hey, I'm busy, but I'm still working on it, or like, I've gotten a few of them done. It's kind of like a similar situation in this case, where we are all kind of just like any information at all would be like, we'd be happy to have it. We'd be grateful for it, because at that time we'd be able to see more of what's happening and feel more involved and feel more educated, and like we're basically like we're there with them through the process. And even if it seems really mundane to them, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be excited just to hear it.
Oh, absolutely. Like some other examples of just some information would be their interactions with my.com. Like, how are those going specifically?
Right.
Like, what are some of the steps that have been taken so far. What are some of the progress as far as if they've done any testing on the servers over there on my.com side, how they're working out. Obviously, they can't go into terrible detail about specific agreements or anything, but they can at least cover some information about that to assuage a few fears. There's also, say, some solid and tangible, even visible examples of some of the true core components for the MMO.
Right.
Because if they're working on that in the background, they have to have some kind of an update. Like some kind of a, hey, so all the action combat stuff that we've been gathering from the BR, we've been testing it with combining it with the tab targeting and with the different characters. We're realizing that we need to make a few more adjustments down the line, or hey, this is almost exactly where we want it. Now we just need to work on some fine details like the crit damage on tab targeted versus action combat stuff, and the other issues that can be ironed out. But at least there's a progress update of, hey, Ranger's looking good with how we're doing the action combat. You zoom in just right, and you can pick people off with your little bow, or the mage is doing great with this and that. They did mention, by the way, in case someone's curious, the whole levitate ability may or may not make it into live. Saw that floating around the Discord yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah, any info on any of that stuff, even if they're trickles, would be stamps of progress.
Right.
I think that's what everyone wants. It's just a sign of life and progress.
Right.
Again, there's a lot of people asking for updates on what they learned in the BR specifically. I think one of the big takeaways from that already is that big post that I linked in chat with the architecture having kind of fallen apart and needing rebuilt. Well, I'll retract the falling apart, because maybe there were just issues that they didn't foresee and then they had to rebuild because they wanted to completely avoid it instead of like put a band-aid on it or fix it in a roundabout way. Like, it may not have actually fallen apart.
Right. But I mean, things can softly fall apart in my opinion. Like, and what I mean by soft is like, we built this and then a good portion of this probably isn't a good portion of this isn't really like working the way that we wanted it to work, you know? And so now we need to rebuild that portion. And I think that's just kind of how it goes with anything, you know? You just gotta rebuild, and you have a vision for the way something should work, and then it ends up being the reality is like that, for whatever reason, won't work that way.
Yeah. And I mean, don't get me wrong. There are going to be some major fires to put out if there aren't some deliveries on actual promises made as far as what we're gonna get with the live game. If those aren't completely done and in the game, even with minor bugs, I think people would be accepting of something like that. But at least in the game, fully functional and ready to go. Like, if they shortchange anything, it's gonna be a bad day. But that being said,
Yeah.
If this, if what is actually having the bug exists.
yeah, exactly. But I was gonna say, yeah, all that being said, if they deliver on everything that was promised, it's gonna be a fantastic day. Because people are seeing hiccups, and if they, in the end product, see that everything was still delivered, it's probably gonna wipe a lot of these issues right off the slate, because this is alpha. This is alpha. This is like, nothing is released to the general world out there except for come play the APOC thing, which is an alpha. Which, just that brand alone, that name alone on the alpha, it's branded in alpha. That should say a lot about where it should be as far as expectations.
I mean, that being said, we've had this conversation before with expectations of alphas. You know, with the release of other people's alphas that were already games released other places but ported over as an alpha or a beta.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's where it goes sideways, because a lot of other games, they're so timid to put out broken or unfinished product that they want it to be almost ready to go, and they just put alpha on it so that people don't judge it.
Right.
And that's all they do.
Right.
It could be 2-3 months away from release, and they're gonna say, hey, we have an alpha test, hey, we have a beta test, and then it's 2 weeks later it's launched.
Yeah.
So they've basically already fixed everything they're going to fix, and it's not really an alpha or beta at that point. This is like a sneak peek or a preview.
I understand your feeling there with Chip, with the Zoom TM and feeling like we've been in the dark too long. I mean, that being said, we do have Margaret and we do have Miss Toast working with them on just everything, really. So I'm expecting changes. Like, this is one of the big changes. Yeah, it kind of sucks that right now we don't have a whole lot of information. Yeah, it kind of sucks that right now a lot of us are probably feeling left in the dark. But at the same time, like, Margaret keeps trying to put it out there, like, hey guys, you know, we're working on this. We're working on this creative director's letter so that we can map out what's going on and you can feel less in the dark. And I think like, obviously they watch these things. They watch the podcast. They watch the YouTube videos. They see what's happening in the Discord. They hear us, and I'm sure they're aware of how we're feeling. And I think it just, the best change, in my opinion, is change that happens at a slower pace rather than too quickly. If it happens too quickly, then things seem chaotic. If it goes on too long, then it feels like things aren't going to be changing at all. But with them letting us know that this creative director letter is coming out, I feel like it will help us a lot more. But maybe it's not as fast as we need it to be or would like it to be.
Yeah. Because also, if you change too quickly, it's much more chance things will fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
But I'm also slightly biased. Like, I'm bananas in love with the concept of this game, so...
Yeah, I'm still super hyped. I want it to succeed, and I want people to be here when it does succeed. So
Exactly.
Yeah, I can at least attest to Maggie. Oh lord, I've seen her put out some fires, or at least be super incredibly patient talking with people that are going off the rails on Discord, just completely going bananas about how much they feel lied to and they're being deceived and how they feel ripped off, they want refund and all this and that, and she has the patience of a stone, I swear. Because she'll sit there for an hour and be completely calm and professional and straightforward, and
she'll talk the ledge professionally.
Yeah,
exactly.
much.
Very consoling with everything and saying, hey, you know, it's coming. And I think people have a right to be a little upset. Some people go a little bit excessive, but even if they go a little excessive with everything, she's still very patient with it and still very explanatory. And I think that they've just done, the PR team has done amazing work so far. Like,
yeah, I agree. And I mean, she's even said, like, many times, like, when she first introduced herself, she said, hey guys, I'm going to work really hard to get you guys sneak peeks, gifts, high quality images, all of these things that are content related out. And I mean, I've seen, I don't know where I saw it, but I saw somewhere, like, I think she said it a couple of times, that she's trying to get through meetings, and there's so much happening behind the scenes that even her meetings with the team have been a little bit delayed. In the meaning that, like, she'll have something that she needs to meet up with them for, and maybe another more pressing matter is happening, but like, she's meeting with them, she's trying to get this information, she's trying to get it together. Like, I see the effort that she's putting forth to try to give us the content, but like I said, change is slow. And I mean, if you think about it, honestly, from my perspective, Ashes of Creation, like, Intrepid was ran by pretty much Steven, I forgot the other.
Steven and Jeffrey.
Steven and Jeffrey, and
Bacon.
They were struggling to get information out. Like, they're trying, you know, but there's only so much that they can do. That they have a lot on their plate mentally. I mean, you've got to worry about the build, and then, like, there's constant meetings that, you know, end up happening that, you know, pull him away from other things, and it just, there's a lot there. And so in order to get this train rolling where we can get more information, and she's trying to get us more information, it just takes a little bit of time, I think. But as far as personally what I think that the creative director's letter should address would be information on Alpha 1. Because, I mean, we haven't even gotten into Alpha 1 yet. So I think that's one of the main things that I would like to see out of it. And another main thing I'd like to see out of it is when the BR or when Apocalypse in general is going to be up 24/7. Because for a while there, we had almost every weekend testing. We had almost every weekend where we could log in and play a little bit and be like, guys, look, hype, you know, but for me personally, and I'm a little bit sad to say this, but for me personally, at this point, I'm feeling like the lack of being able to play is slowly like driving down that hype.
It is, and that's something I was going to touch on. Like Woodchip, I definitely get you and know exactly where you're coming from on this stuff. I totally get what you're saying, Woodchip, because I mean that's why we're bringing this stuff up, because there are issues, definitely need to be talked about. And Chibi and I are two of the most like gung ho. This game will succeed. It'll be amazing. We believe in it. We believe in Steven and the entire team. like Matt, incredible artist. Bacon, incredible artist. Like Jeffrey's busting his tail. Like we are so behind this game. It's ridiculous. But there are issues. A lot of it just happens to deal with the flow of information.
Yeah.
But we have a fix for that now. We have an actual PR team.
Yeah.
She may be titled marketing or whatever, but she's been doing a lot of work into getting information into the hands of us, the backers, the interested, those who really want it to succeed or really want info. But the lack of playing and information in this past month or so, it has not necessarily driven people away, but people have kind of turn their eyes to other things for now.
Yeah.
So a lot of people who are positive about the game, or even just critique accurately, and they don't flame everything and go bananas, they just aren't in the Discord. They just aren't in the community being active. They're just doing other things. Like I know 5 people that I mean, they're playing Anthem 24/7 because it's out and it's something they can do. It's something they can pay attention to. It's something they can interact with. Whereas they can't do anything with Ashes.
Yeah.
So they just don't interact with the rest of everybody else because there's no news. There's no things to be excited about right now. So I think when they do start pumping out more testing content and more information and it reaches everybody, I hit them. And let's not forget Apex. Whoa, the new Fortnite, right?
Don't forget Apex Legends.
Yeah. So once there's more stuff to actually talk about, some of those people are going to crawl back out of the woodwork. They're going to start being active until the next lull in information. Which now that there's a team working on getting information and managing the community, it should be a lot better, I'm thinking.
I'm hoping it levels out.
Yeah, there's a few outspoken people that are a little loud in the Discord, but they're just as interested as everyone else. There's a lot of people that are lurking behind the scenes, just kind of waiting for any bit of information right now.
Yeah. Not even to dog the people who are being negative, because they are actually bringing stuff to light that other people just don't have the guts to mention or bring up.
Yeah,
So-
they have every right to be saying what they're saying.
Yeah.
So.
Just right now, I feel like there's a lot of mix. Like I don't know. I guess I'm taking a very chill approach to it. I mean, either way, I'm behind it. I'm not gonna be one of those that want my money back, but they have every right to want their money back. I mean, honestly,
I'm optimistic that a lot of people are taking that same approach, being chill, just behind the scenes waiting.
yeah.
So.
I mean, honestly, and I'm gonna bring another video game situation in with this that happened recently with Blizzard, for example, with their layoffs and everything, and a lot of people were upset over that play World of Warcraft, and so some of them are like, I don't want to play this anymore because of whatever happened, you know. But at the same time, I mean, I was watching somebody do a content creation thing for World of Warcraft, and something he said kind of stuck with me. Like, you should never be looked down upon for not backing a game that you've lost interest in, you feel does not meet up to your standards or whatever. Like, you should not be looked down upon for that, because it's ultimately like, why would anybody want to be forced to be a part of something that they don't want to be a part of, you know? And so for those of you that are feeling really upset by this and want your money back, I understand, and you have every right to be upset by it. If you don't feel like you are getting what you asked for out of it, or what you were told you were going to get out of it, then that's completely understandable. And then for a good amount of us, oh geez.
Drake.
And then for a good amount of us who are just silently waiting and being like the patient, you know, just we're gonna be here. I mean, I think I'd like to say the three of us right now on this podcast are all gonna be here despite anything that happens, unless something really, really bad happens. But even then, I don't know. It's gotta be like horrible for me.
Me, I'm gonna be here until either this becomes the greatest thing since sliced bread, or the servers just get burned to the ground because forget this project. You know, either way, I'm gonna be here till the end. So
I'll be here.
Yeah.
I just want this creative director's letter to succeed enough where it draws the attention of everyone, at least.
And I agree. Another thing I will say though with Ashes, even though maybe we aren't seeing a whole lot right now, as far as like news and content information, I will say I think that Ashes and Intrepid Studio in general has made a big splash in the MMORPG world. I think they've changed the standard for what gamers are looking for out of a video game, and companies are looking at this seriously. So, if nothing else, they've made a splash and made a very loud outcry of this is what gamers want. And
everybody pay attention.
Yeah, and I'm really excited for that. Not exciting, but like the fact that other companies are still, still waiting for that MMOR content.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just.
Like I said, I'm not necessarily going to be happy unless we get somewhat of a date or a plan or something for Alpha 1 for the MMO.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
But yeah, Rising Suns, just as a quick little blurb, so we don't derail completely. Yeah. So Ashes of Creation is an MMORPG in development at the moment. It's in somewhat of a pre-alpha state. They've released a mode of testing that is BR focused, so they can get the combat correct. They can dial in on what they want it to do, how they want it to feel, kind of tweak skill effects, skill powers, and how they balance with each other. And yeah, wait a minute, what is Ashes? A BR? Sounds uninteresting. Yeah, see, Rising, that's the thing that people are.
Oh, they're just being a troll.
Rising knows. Rising is a fairly big member of the community.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
Hey, at least you got it down though, okay? That's all that matters.
I'm just sitting over here laughing and Drake's pointing it out.
I was wondering what you were smiling about.
I'm over here making sure the bot is up.
Yeah. Oi, oi, oi. Okay, you got me. Alright, you got me.
I was gonna let him do his.
Yeah, I saw that. I was looking at his face.
Hey, nothing wrong with going through and explaining what Ashes is, alright?
Right?
Big cheesy grin over there. You're lucky I like you. Oi, oi. But, yeah, I guess speaking about community stuff, I guess that kind of brings us into our next segment of Community Spotlight. I'm pretty sure half the people in here at least know what the AOC dungeon is. For those who don't, or those catching up later, it's actually a really cool little site. They got a lot of news and little feature articles, forums that are fairly active. They got some people posting up good information. It's a good place to go to for some news. It was a fine explanation. Why, thank you, sons. Thank you. But Yeah, it's a neat place to go. You should check it out.
Oh boy, that's another conversation.
Uh-oh. What's that?
Drake Hira just asked, what are your thoughts on 6+ month support ticket responses?
Well, it hasn't reached a year yet, so it's better than that.
Sauce.
I can't say anything. I used to joke around with Drake about his ticket, and then I have a ticket open right now because my store doesn't work, and I can't see any of the new cosmetics or anything, and that's been open for 2 months, so I can't say anything.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for the
I
link
don't
there,
understand.
Chip. But yeah. You won your anniversary. It'd be great. Maybe they'll get you a present, like a response.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. I think while it sucks that it's taking this long, sometimes like I'd say just reach out to Margaret. I had a situation where when I changed my backer level, it just took them a little bit longer, and I just reached out to somebody and they helped me with it. Unfortunately, I will also say I'm sure they have thousands of tickets to go through right now. So
Yeah.
between
we don't
bug reports,
know what their priorities are in as far as the customer service goes. We really don't.
Yeah. I'm sure they're working on as much as they can though.
Drake,
And
you're at the top
honestly-
of the list. Fine.
Yeah. And with the server transfer and everything right now, working on the new website migration, I mean, that's a hefty project in itself, and things just kind of got lost, I'm sure. But
you were saying
hopefully
about
it'll
the
pick
AOC dungeon. Sorry. Trying to
Oh,
bring
no,
us
it's
back
okay.
on track there.
just wanted to give a little bit of a blurb about it.
Okay.
I dropped in their website as well as their Discord there into chat.
Awesome.
Definitely check them out. Shadow the Text a bit, the creator of the website there. Really cool cat. They're very active on their Discord.
The flips like us don't pull weight like you do. That's not really a weight thing. I think I just got lucky because it was before the whole BR mess. So.
Yeah. Luckily, I haven't had to put in a ticket, although...
Uh-oh.
Well, no. I was gonna say I missed the cosmetics from around March last year with
I don't
the
think
whole
that
White Knight thing.
counts.
So I had to put in a ticket saying, well, my shop hasn't worked for you either. But they wouldn't believe me because I've been
They wouldn't
buying a lot of
believe you.
stuff since then.
No, because you just bought stuff.
Yeah, totally wouldn't believe me. Which, ooh. Memes?
Memes?
Because I remember there was one meme that had one of those products in it.
Oh yeah, I can't save it to my computer because of the way that somebody put it in there. So.
Oh no, well here. I can do that.
Thank you, Ash Walker.
Ashwalker! I have to go now, but looking toward... Thank
Oh.
you.
Well, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it.
He just joined my community last night while I was playing Final Fantasy.
Hoo-ha.
So glad to see a familiar face, Ashwalker. Welcome. And thank you for supporting our podcast by checking it out. You take care as well.
Alright, so I'm putting it in the memes folder.
Okay, I'll pull it up right now.
Doo-doo. Let's see.
But yeah, I really enjoyed the cosmetics, and I thought it was super cute that they did the little, they used one of the cosmetic pet things to do the Valentine's Day thing. That was cute.
Yeah, it was adorable.
Valentine's.
Valoon.
Happy Valentine's.
Are you looking for the folder? It's under miscellaneous media and then memes.
Yeah, I got it right there.
Okay.
Said to save it. There you go.
I don't see anything. Oh, there it is. Like, I don't see it. It's not popping up. Oh yeah, this is cute for those of you Avenger
I really like
fans.
this one. I enjoyed
Who
it.
wore it better? Clearly clumsy. Thank you for joining the tavern. I hope you enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Working on the notification for on stream, but yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, anybody who has any other memes that you truly enjoy, please hop in that Discord and share it to us. We'd
Yes.
love to see them all. Need to see them all.
Must be Ashes of Creation related.
Yeah, must be Ashes related.
And stream friendly.
Yeah.
It's not stream friendly, we're gonna have to blur it out, at which point, why show it?
Yep. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, Sauce, is there anything? I think you stream, right?
I do. At least I try. I mean, I'm trying to get it off the ground, but
Takes a while.
a lot
Takes
of
a
what
while.
I want to stream is Ashes, and
There's no content to stream. Completely understand.
So I'm kind of in a lull right now. I'm still trying to stream some games, but it's between Apex Legends or Anthem or whatever is the flavor of the day.
I
Right.
feel your pain. I feel your pain. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be doing Anthem and Final Fantasy 14.
Me, I'm just sticking to Final Fantasy 14 because I think I found my home there. I focus mainly on MMORPGs on my streams. So yeah. Speaking of that topic, actually, I think this seems like a fairly good time to lull it down a little bit. Thank you guys for those of you that joined us. Just so you're aware, every Friday at 5 p.m. PST, we do our weekly Ashes of Creation podcast, where we talk about news, updates, things with the updates with the community, and I mean, we love our memes. We love our Ashes of Creation memes. So if you're a creator or lover of Ashes of Creation memes, make sure you submit them to us. Personally, I stream 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. My stream schedule is on my Twitch account. And I think Virtek, you're working on your stuff over there?
Yeah, slowly but surely. I haven't streamed in so long. I gotta make sure all my media files are all in place, my overlays, my everything.
Get your mixer together and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta actually break out the music equipment, because even more importantly than streaming games is gonna be trying to stream that music content. I wanna start making some mixed discs, or mix files rather,
Sounds
for
good.
people to play during their streams.
So, Sus, who are you? Where can we find you? What are you doing here?
I am on Twitch. My user is SOS Please. I've been talking in chat. I can drop a link in chat too. If you want to go and give me a follow, that would be great.
Let me make sure that you don't get banned for that. I don't think I put a ban on there, but like, go ahead. And if you get, oh, yep. Rip. Okay.
Rip.
Let me see.
IZ.
Alright, unbanned.
Unbanned. Oh, wait, it banned you? I thought, it was timed out. It's not banned.
I'm out.
They call it a ban even if it's like a silence for like
Oh.
10 seconds or something.
I did not know
Twitch
that.
still calls it a ban.
I did not know that. There you go.
Hey, there you go.
That's where you can find Sauce. Alright. Sorry, Sauce.
It's alright.
Just
You're
trying to make
fired.
sure people don't,
I'm
just
banned from enough places. It's fine.
rage against rage quit. Yeah, so you were saying you're
Easy.
you were saying that you're on Twitch and stuff.
Yeah,
Things.
I have a Twitter as well that I'm trying to get going, but it's Twitter, and I haven't really done too much with it. It's SOS Please 13.
Okay. We'll be including him in our Twitter tweet out. So yeah. New memes daily, please. Yes, Cam, we need memes. If you want to submit memes, we are more than looking for memes.
We want them all.
We want all of them. And yeah, so just working on that then. And he's a part of our guild, and he has general update information. So he's somebody you can go to chat about Ashes and ask about updates. I know I do.
I will be glad to give my take, whether you like it or not.
That's a whole other story. But doesn't matter.
I know, nothing to meme. Soon TM. Oh god. Virtek.
Well, you can find me everywhere at Virtek or DJ Virtek. I'm still trying to ramp up my own lack of laziness, let's say, to actually get more on the social medias, the facey spaces and the Twitters. I want to be a Twitterer. But yeah, you'll see me get more active as time goes on. I'm about to this weekend actually do a lot of photo editing, so my Instagram will pick up. I'm gonna probably have at least a handful of pictures to drop at the end of this weekend, which will be dandy because they've been sitting there for months or a year, just waiting to be edited. And I've been like, next week. I'll get them next week. So.
Yeah. And for me, I do a lot of streaming on here on Twitch. I'm Chibi Bree. And I also do YouTube videos on Intro to Ashes of Creation stuff. I'm lagging a little bit, but I had a test that I was... oh boy, I'm lagging a little bit, but I had a test that I had to study for last week that got canceled last minute and then moved to this week, so I had extra stuff to study for. But I have 2 of them. They're waiting. I just need to fix some stuff, and I'm throwing them up there. And as far as that goes, I mean, Virtek and I are also here on our podcast, right here. And basically, yeah, all the links will be either in the description or, I'm just twitch.tv/ChibiBree. He's /DJ Virtek. And we got /Sos Please.
And also...
Sauce, SOS, SOS, whatever you want to call it.
Sauce.
Well, it's just because you're like the sauce god,
But yeah, since we didn't actually break it out earlier, we should actually bring in AJ, by the way, won the voiceover contest.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you so much for that contribution.
Thank you. And
we'll be rolling it for a bit.
He's the lovely voice you heard introducing us with the welcome part.
Yeah, at the beginning. The intro you heard twice today.
Yeah.
Because reasons.
Yeah.
Because stream issues.
Because computers are amazing things.
Just saying. It's the Ashes curse. There's got to be an audio or video issue at the beginning of every single stream.
It really is an Ashes curse.
So Lale, no, really, you were on time is what it was.
Right? Roll that intro. I will. I'll do it on the way out. And here's those. There we go. So.
Oh, I was last seen playing Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Oh yeah, that's what you were streaming last. I remember. But
I
yeah.
don't even know what the last game I streamed was.
Well, let's see. Submit. Anthem.
And
Apparently it was Anthem. Cool.
But yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna intro next week's podcast with the end of this podcast.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna work. Oh, by the way, guys, if you are also interested in doing a voiceover for the intro, we are going to be doing this once a month, where we kind of change it up a little bit. So if it's not too late, you're always welcome to give us your intro, your take on the intro. And pretty soon here, we're actually thinking about loosening it up a little bit as far as what's being said in the beginning. 3 key things: Golden Feather, Virtek, and Chibi Bree are your hosts. That's it. But the other words don't really matter as long as you're introducing us in a polite way.
Feel free to get creative.
Yeah. But I think we'll go ahead and do our outro now.
Yeah.
So.
The intro outro?
Yeah, well, I'll do the intro and then the outro, whatever. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. Enjoy the intro, and then the nothing afterwards. See you guys next week, 5 p.m. PST. Bring your questions, and we'll be there. Bye.
Adios.
Welcome to the Golden Feather. Grab a pint, a plate, and pick your seats. Your hosts, Virtek and Chibi Bree, are back from their latest adventures.